Welcome to Metro Focus. On this edition, we are exploring Northern Virginia today using Metro's newest line, the Silver Line. A lot has changed in the region and Metro is leading the way to the future. Also, there's another way to get around that you may have never heard of before. Plus, a look at some of the improvements happening at your Metrorail stations. And we'll explain why taking Metro doesn't mean you have to stop driving or biking.
Hi, I'm Maggie Parker, and I am the Vice President of Communications for Comstock. Comstock is a privately held real estate development firm that specializes in mixed-use, transportation-oriented developments. We're building right now 2 large-scale developments on the Silver Line, one in Reston and one in Ashburn, Virginia, which is the terminus of the Silver Line. It's amazing what the Silver Line's done for development, economic development, and growth in Reston. We were so excited to see it come, and here it is. I can just look out the window of my office. The Metro's about half a block away from here, and we, Comstock, are delivering $1.5 million worth of high-rise buildings. And additionally, our neighbor right next door is about to deliver 450 apartments. We have a whole new village burgeoning right over here. We're going to have a whole new community center, an open plaza for civic interaction and engagement. We have high-rise buildings that will house both workforce housing and luxury apartments. We've got luxury offices going in. It's really a whole new community. We will certainly have ground floor retail throughout the project when it's built as the phases come online. In the interim, we've developed a series of shops, all in beautiful little glass jewel boxes, and we're hosting them for entrepreneurs who want to sell their wares, open 4 to 8 Monday through Friday and other times as they see fit. But the entrepreneurs can come out, test their hand at having a retail business, understanding what the hours are, and it's a fabulous asset. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the public-private partnership that has been in place to really develop Reston Station, and it's thanks to the County of Fairfax for trusting us as their development partner to build their 1.5 million square foot transit center. The county's been fabulous. Their transit department, the Fairfax Connector, providing an incredibly vibrant bus system that provides 60 buses per hour during rush hour. It really is a team. It's amazing the reaction we've had building these buildings and delivering the pedestrian walkway to the Metro station. But let me tell you what it's allowed the commuter to do, what it's allowed the vacationers to do, to hop on a train to go to a Nationals game or a Wizards game, or just to go downtown and see the monuments. I think one of the crazy things that most people probably don't know is that, first of all, the building that you see right over my shoulder, that Boulevard apartment building, is the first of 5 buildings going up on that plaza. So it really is going to be a little high-rise urban center. The other 2 facts that are the fun facts to know and tell are that the underground transit station that we built with Fairfax County has more steel in it than the Eiffel Tower and more concrete in it than the Sears Tower in Chicago. So we have pedestrians, bicyclists, automobiles, buses, commuter vans, all coming into the area. And what it says is that people around Washington want different methods of transportation. They want different ways of being able to get places. They want options. And it really gives you the true vitality of what we have in this city, folks leaving for work at 5:30 in the morning and coming home from work with their briefcases off the Metro as late as 8 o'clock at night.
My name is Dennis Leach. I'm the Director of Transportation in Arlington's Department of Environmental Services. Arlington and Alexandria have been working in planning the redevelopment of this corridor for many years. It's been a very cooperative endeavor, and it is really trying to integrate what we're doing with land use, development, and transportation. And a big part of that was getting high quality transit in this corridor
My name is Jan Lambert. I'm the Director of the Department of Transportation and Environmental Services for the City of Alexandria. The reason we looked at a dedicated transitway instead of adding additional lanes of traffic was so that we could provide high quality, reliable transit service on the Route 1 corridor.
The focus was on providing high quality transit service. And so what that meant for Arlington and Alexandria is to try to give surface transit a better chance at running reliably.
So many users want to know that they can count on a transit service that's going to get them to where they need to go frequently and with a reliable schedule. So the reason Metroway has been so popular so far is because users know that it's going to come every 12 minutes all day long. The current Metroway route runs from the Braddock Road Metro Station here down Route 1 in Alexandria. It passes the Potomac Yard Shopping Center and then goes into Arlington in Crystal City. In the spring of 2016, the exciting part of the route is that Arlington is going to open the dedicated transit lanes in that county. So there will be dedicated lanes in both Alexandria and Arlington, which will improve the reliability and frequency of buses.
What will happen in the spring is that in the Arlington portion of the transitway, the service will go onto the dedicated lanes, be served by new stations, and the service will be extended to Pentagon City, a Metrorail station, for the first time.
Route 1 is a very congested corridor, so the ability of Alexandria and Arlington to add a reliable transit service down the median of Route 1 enabled residents to know that they could get where they wanted to go with frequency and again with reliability. Later this year, when the transit lanes open in Arlington, those additional lanes will make it much easier for residents to travel north, whether they're going to Crystal City or to Metro.
I think customers in this corridor were pretty excited by the opening of Metroway, the provision of new branded buses, of dedicated facilities. I think it has had more of an impact in the city of Alexandria, but I see that impact growing in Arlington. Ridership is up. I think ridership has grown probably about 20 or 30% since the opening, which is great.
This is a really important step for bus service in the entire Metro DC region. The connection to Metro itself and the connection from bus to rail is critically important. The idea of having a branded bus, Metroway, where you have near-level boarding, ultimately where you will have off-board fare collection so you can actually pay for your route in the shelter itself, is something that a lot of jurisdictions are moving toward now. And we all recognize that by providing this transit service on dedicated lanes around supportive land use is going to be the way that people are going to move moving forward.
This is an important project for not only Northern Virginia, Arlington, Alexandria, but for the region. And I think as its experience unfolds, it may lead to more of this type of facility and service in other parts of the region.
I am Joon, managing partner of Epic Smokehouse. We are a upscale urban smokehouse that specializes obviously in smoked food. So we do barbecue. We have brisket as well as pulled pork. We do ribs as well, all which are smoked chicken wings. But we consider ourselves upscale because not only do we do that, but we smoke prime rib as well. My partner Wayne Halloran and I opened up Epic Smokehouse. We both lived outside the neighborhood, we still do. We had families and we worked at competing steakhouses. And then we had decided that we were going to join forces and actually open up our restaurant there. This neighborhood was brought to our attention by a dear friend of ours. When he showed us the neighborhood and we saw the potential of the neighborhood, we definitely fell in love with it. The people in the neighborhood are very nice overall. We're trying to consider ourselves a staple in the neighborhood. When we originally opened up the place, our image was to become almost like a neighborhood Cheers restaurant. Our main goal for guests that are coming in is to learn everyone's name. So when they come in, we can call them by name. They know our name. They know we have children. They know our children's names. You know, even though they may not be coming in, if they're walking by, we wave at them, they wave at us. So we like to be considered something more so than just a restaurant in the neighborhood. We want to be part of the neighborhood. The neighborhood is a very transient neighborhood. We have people that are from different parts of the world in this neighborhood. And it's a wonderful place to be because it gives us the opportunity to learn about people from different parts of the world as well as from different parts of the United States, and just getting to know them and getting to know their different idiosyncrasies, and you know, learning about them and growing with them, and you know, just kind of eventually being part of a family with them. Metro is a huge part of this neighborhood. I would honestly say the Metrorail is one of the main reasons people live in this neighborhood. It's one of the main reasons this neighborhood is growing as fast as it's growing. We are literally, a half mile outside of DC, but there's a lot of people that I know that live in the neighborhood and the buildings around us that don't own vehicles. And the reason why they don't own vehicles is because they use the Metro to get everywhere, whether it be going to work, or if it's locally, there's enough shopping within the area where they could just walk to the shopping and get their needs. The neighborhood has changed dramatically. With the Pentagon City Metro, one block from here makes it accessible for everybody. You wouldn't see the growth that is happening just on this building, and there's 2 other buildings that have just gone up recently. By the end of the 10 years that I'm going to be here, there's going to be 4 more apartment buildings that have gone up. So you're talking about 1,700 units that are going in within 200 yards of me. And because the accessibility of Metro and people being able to go to work without having to have a car, that's what makes this so attractive of a neighborhood for people to come and reside in. So that's great for business.
My name is Michael Caplin. I'm the president of the Tysons Partnership, which is the association of the business leaders here in Tysons who have joined together to do all they can to make this into a great new American city. When the Silver Line Metro was confirmed here, everyone's eyes lit up because they realized it was a chance to reconceive the way we connect with each other and the capital region. So we have 4 stations. And around each of these 4 metro stations is where all the construction is booming. There are towers shooting up left and right, and so it's changed the rhythm of life here, having metro access. Anyone who hasn't been to Tysons in the last year has no idea what the word Tysons means anymore. In just the last 12 months, we've opened 5 new buildings. In the next 24 months, we're opening 8 new buildings. I mean, look out the window here. There are 4 cranes over there. There are 6 cranes over there. The tallest building south of Philadelphia is going up over here. One of the apartment buildings has a biosphere inside of it. So you live in a 30-story tower. There's a garden in 2 of the floors completely filled with green plants and fresh air. An awful lot of new businesses are coming. A lot of businesses are growing and taking additional space. It is a boom town here. The new buildings are arriving quickly. The train is gliding in and out, and at night you see the Silver Line go by, and it's exciting, and it lets you think, I could go anywhere right now. I'm in my comfortable place, but I could be in New York in 4 hours. I could be at the baseball stadium in less than an hour. I can go down to the Verizon Center and not change trains, go straight to the basketball game. And what's happening that's going to totally change the lifestyle of Tysons is around our different metro stations. Little neighborhoods are developing that are completely mixed use. So you are going to find near your metro station neighborhood all the amenities you need. So you won't need your car to get what you need. You'll just stroll across the street. And if you need to go further, you'll go up and jump the rail. Meanwhile, there are all these new restaurants opening up. There's Earl's, and there's Eddie V's, and there's Founding Farmers, and there's Paladar. We have a 15-screen movie theater that's going to serve dinner at your seat. We've got the Whole Foods coming in. It's going to be the biggest on the East Coast. And they're going to do things in this Whole Foods that they've never done before. They're going to have their own craft beer created and sold on site. We've got firms from outside of the United States saying, we need an East Coast presence. New York? Chicago? No, it's Tysons. You want to be in Tysons. It's the epicenter of business in the National Capital Region. I chose this apartment very carefully because I can see on a clear day, I can see the cathedral, I can see the Washington Monument, I can watch the trains come and go here at night, and in warm weather we gather out here or we go over there and cook a steak. That whole neighborhood is being transformed because it's right at the McLean Silver Line Metro station. So if you live and work there, you know you are connected to everything else you might need. The Metro is right in front of you, and we're bringing Capital Bikeshare this summer to add even more connectivity between the stations and among the neighborhoods. We have 5 Fortune 500 companies in Tysons. That's more Fortune 500 companies than 25 states in the United States. This is a major concentration of economic enterprise. And just more and more so as each one arrives, and there's more critical mass and there's more synergy among them. So we have a rather unique connectivity halfway between Dulles Airport and the Capitol building. And when the rail goes to Dulles, oh my goodness. There I am on my way to Capitol Hill. I can be going to a meeting at the Russell Senate office building. I could be going to talk to my bank officer for a loan. Right.
My name's Steven Zatarga. I'm the Assistant General Manager to Eddie V's here in Tysons Corner. So it was a company that was founded in the year 2000. We started in Austin, Texas, and we've now grown to 16 Eddie V's and Wildfish. This is actually the most recent one that has opened. The Eddie V's ambiance is quite beautiful, you know, and Todd Taylor, who's our designer, takes great pride in when he designs his restaurants, and he takes time, and he's here for many, many weeks designing and making sure that everything is perfect, switching out paintings and wallpaper if it's just off center. I mean, it's pretty amazing, and we have a lot to offer. We have it all. I mean, from the best food to the craft cocktails. We have an award-winning wine list, over 250 selections. We have live music every single night, not just the weekends. You know, you can't really find that out here in this area. You know, excellent service as well. Very warm, genuine welcome for everyone that comes in. We have an executive chef here that's worked in the area. He's now with us. And we also have 2 sous chefs as well. One comes from Florida and the other comes from Maryland, I believe. So yeah, they're here creating the cuisine in the back. We make specials every single day. They really deliver on who we are. You just forget about everything else. You know, the type of experience they get is everything comes alive between the ambiance, the music, the lighting, the food, just our warm customer service. You know, we have a genuine love for people here. So, I mean, you forget all of your issues if it's traffic outside or if you've taken the metro and gotten here smoothly. Either way, you forget everything and you come here to enjoy yourself. The Silver Line Metro, you know, and being next to the mall actually brings a very eclectic crowd here, and we absolutely thrive on having that here. You know, between the live music, and we have the blue light illuminates outside the perimeter of our restaurant. You could see almost a mile away. If you're driving, if you're on the train, when you're on your way into the mall, I mean, it's pretty amazing. Some of our employees actually do use public transit. You know, not all of them. A lot of them do travel far out from Maryland or in Virginia, or even some from DC. But I would say there are a handful that definitely take the metro, and most actually do take the bus. So, you know, having the public transit is actually very important for our restaurant here. We're open 7 days a week. You know, we have lunch 7 days a week, even on Saturdays and Sundays here in Tysons Corner, which is hard to find on a Saturday. And but we open at 11:30. And then we open for dinner at 5 o'clock in the dining room. Eddie V's is very convenient for the metro. I mean, we're probably at least 50 steps away, really, when you come off it. I've taken it myself before to get home because I actually live in Arlington, so it's actually very convenient. Best part about it is everyone has to walk past our restaurant to get to the mall, so being here at the plaza level gives us a lot of exposure, and we get a lot of traffic moving in and out because of the metro. So it actually brings people in, which we very much appreciate.
In fiscal year 11, WMATA began executing a very aggressive capital program of almost $5 billion. Of that, almost $1 billion has been spent on our rolling stock. New buses, bus rehabilitations, railcar rehabilitations, and replacing our Metro access fleet. We've also invested almost $335 million in our track rehabilitation program, renewing rails, cross ties, and fasteners. This is 115-pound running rail that was delivered to our Greenbelt facility that we will use to replace old rail in the system. We've renewed approximately 64 linear miles of running rail, which is what we see here. It's delivered to our Greenbelt production facility in 78-foot long sticks, and it's here where we welded into 390-foot long stringers and put that in the system. This is a wood cross tie. So we've replaced approximately 83,000 wood cross ties in the system, which is about 25% of our total inventory. The tie plates, which secure the rail, are fastened to the wood cross tie, and that's what holds the gauge. Here we have a guarded number 8 switch with the 2 switch rails, the 2 stock rails, and based upon the alignment of these switch rails will dictate whether the train makes a straight through move or makes a turning move. As an effect of the NTSB recommendation, we've replaced over 176 switches or number 8 guarded turnouts throughout the system.
We have also invested $145 million in updating our track maintenance equipment. That equipment used to rehabilitate the track infrastructure and also to maintain our railcar vehicle fleet.
Examples being very unique, one-of-a-kind piece of equipment, a 330-foot long ballast vacuum which sucks the old rock out of the system, and then we come in behind that and we can install new ballast to make sure that we have a good, firm foundation for which to secure our running rails. This is our 7000 series commissioning facility where we will commission all 748 rail cars to be delivered. Biggest improvement is just the lighting, how bright it is. It feels much more welcoming. There is no doubt that this will become our most reliable series in the fleet.
From fiscal year 2011 through fiscal year 2015, in support of our aggressive vertical transportation program, we have rehabilitated 148 escalators, replaced 27 escalators, and rehabilitated 44 elevators.
We've replaced kiosks, replaced station ceiling tile, have installed new stairs, have fixed station platforms and installed new tactile warning devices. The Shady Grove Metro Station platform was cracked, deteriorated. That program renewed the entire station platform surface. We should be done with Minnesota Avenue Station platform in early spring of 2016.
Let's go.
We have also invested $88 million into facilities which will deliver a safer and more secure transit environment, to include our Special Operations Division facility and our District 2 Police Substation, which was dedicated in December of 2014 to our first officer lost in the line of duty, Mr. Harry Davis Jr.
Much has been accomplished between fiscal year 11 and fiscal year 15. However, much more needs to be done.
Using public transportation is walking to the nearest train station or to the nearest bus stop. But let's face it, not everyone likes to walk. That's why there are a few options to fill in the gap.
My name is Kim Lucas and I manage the Capital Bikeshare program for Washington, D.C. Capital Bikeshare is public transit. It is just like a bus or a metro train. 83% of the metro stations in Washington, D.C. have Bikeshare stations within 1/8 of a mile.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Dock, and I'm a Capital Bikeshare member, and I live here in the district. I have my key because I'm an annual member, and I put it in this little slot here. The lights blink, turns green, and I can pull the bike out and be on my way. On mornings or afternoons when I'm going to try and catch the train and it's just don't feel like walking that far, it's an icky day like today and I don't really want to be outside too long, it's great. I just go grab the bike that's around the corner from my house and I bike in. I usually end up going to Union Station and park there at the dock and head on to the train.
You can pick it up at any one station and drop it off at any other station in the network, which we're going to be approaching 400 by the end of 2016.
Oftentimes at the bigger stations, there's docks near multiple exits, so Metro Center or something, I can come out and find them nearby. I'm always late, and not that I ride like a mad woman around the city, but it is still faster to roll than it is to walk, and that way I just get there a little bit quicker and I'm just a little less late usually.
So it's all about efficiency, getting where you need to go as quickly as you can.
Yeah, and then I think it's nice. It's a smooth way to get around. I kind of get to see the city from a different perspective, and I exercise a different set of muscles.
So at Metro, safety is very important. How is it that you make sure that you're safe when you're using Bikeshare?
Well, I'm being a bad example right now, but I have it with me. I do have a helmet.
We're not moving right now. So
we're not moving, but I normally try and wear a helmet. And it's getting cooler and cooler to walk around with your helmet on in this city. Maybe not on, but at least carrying it, and biking with your helmet on. And then just make sure in particular that I'm careful around metro buses and other large vehicles when I'm biking. I try and use bike lanes when they're available, and the cycle tracks are great.
The majority of our customers, when we survey them, tell us that they use Bikeshare at least once in the previous month to access Metrorail. A fifth of our users are using Bikeshare to access buses. Sometimes people are using them if they miss their bus. We've heard stories where they will get on a Bikeshare bike, pass their bus, park the bike, and be able to catch their bus and continue their route. So it's great because people are using it to connect to Metro.
Todd Heavner, Group CarShare Manager, Enterprise CarShare, Washington, D.C. We have 140 cars at 46 Metro stops throughout the Washington, D.C. area, located in the Kiss and Rides at the Metros that have Kiss and Rides. You take the Metro, you can come out, our cars are conveniently located, and it's just ease of transportation.
Tell me a little bit about the different cars that you guys have.
Yeah. So what's unique about our operation is we have 50, 60 makes and models of vehicles. We have everything from a small Toyota Prius up to cargo vans. So depending on the needs of the community in that metro area, we can adjust the car to what we see the occupancy being strong at.
Car sharing has become a lot more popular. Back in the day, no one wanted anyone else to drive their car. It was very personal, and everyone has their mirror where they like it, their seat where they like it. Why do you think car sharing has become so popular now?
I think car sharing is a great option. It limits the amount of vehicles you have to have at your home. So if you have a family and you have one car, as opposed to maybe going out and buying a second car, you can use our car share operation. You only pay for what you use. We're 24/7. It's a virtual car, so the car can be there for you whenever you need it, and when you don't need it, you don't pay for it.
All right, so let's hop in the car.
Wonderful.
Put my seatbelt on. Teaming up with Metro, having spots feet away from the Metro rail stations. Why do you think that was such a great concept?
I mean, it's just a perfect partnership with the Metro because of the availability of vehicles and the availability of customers being right there at the same place together. I mean, Metro's brought us, it's doubled our fleet size with the partnership that we've had with Metro. We have over 20,000 members in the Washington, D.C. market, and if I were to venture to guess, I would say 30 to 40% of them are Metro riders.
So you just don't show up and there's the car waiting?
No,
there is a little bit of
you've got to,
the vehicle.
Yeah, you've got to go online in advance to prepare us and to make sure the vehicle's there. And that's a lot of the ways where we get our information on what type of vehicles to have and what locations we may need more cars at or less cars at.
Yeah, and then you're guaranteed, as a customer, you're guaranteed, you know that car is going to be there and you know what you're getting when you get there.
Yeah, when you sign up and you go online and you block out the vehicle, it's yours and it's there for you.
There you have it, a few convenient options to help you get to the bus stop or to the train station. Thanks for riding with us on Metro Focus. Next time, we're taking you to Maryland to explore some cool places that are only a train or a bus ride away.